Plaintiff Eleanor Bosley says the defendant has been married to her son for 23 years, and she was like a daughter. However, Eleanor claims they haven't spoken in 18 months, and she hasn't seen her grandchildren either. Eleanor's suing her for unpaid loans. Defendant Sherry Bosley says Eleanor's son is an alcoholic, and he's been hospitalized over 20 times in the last year for liver failure. Sherry claims that Eleanor accused her of giving up on her husband, and she's only suing to get revenge.
Start with you.
This is my daughter-in-law. I've loved her like a daughter for 23 years. We vacation together, we're neighbors. My son has a problem with alcohol, and it's caused a lot of problems in our family, but this isn't about...
How long you all been getting along or not? Have you always gotten along?
18 months we haven't spoken or gotten along. I haven't been allowed to see my grandchildren.
Is that when the alcohol problem started?
Oh, no.
How long ago did your husband's alcohol problem start?
I would say he's been maybe 10 years now, but it's
severe?
progressively getting, yes.
You all can't get him treatment?
We've tried. He's been in the hospital over 20 times in the last year.
Hospital. That ain't nothing to play with. God bless him. All right, and how's it been with your daughter-in-law?
Good.
Your relationship, you said it was fine? You've
Yes.
never been nosy. You didn't pick into their relationship.
Well, if I did, which I didn't say I
She
didn't,
tell you
she didn't
was
have a
nosy.
problem with it.
Okay,
No.
yeah, well, you didn't know. They
But-
talk behind your
okay.
back. All right, you and your mom, mother-in-law, you all always gotten along?
We did,
Yeah,
yes.
good.
I loved her like a mom.
Good. All right. I thought I was the only person that had a mother-in-law that they had unconditional appreciation and love for. Was she's just a great mother-in-law. What you suing your daughter-in-law for?
I've loaned her money 3 different times. $1,000. I love cats. She has
When?
a cat. That was February of 2018. He needed emergency surgery or he was going to die.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
I get $439 a month Social Security. I don't have the money to be giving her.
When was the next time?
Her washing machine burnt up.
When?
That was February 2018 also. She got a Maytag washer for $761.62 with the 5-year warranty. And then they have a pool in their backyard that I don't use, but the rest of the family does. And she contacted a friend of ours to cut the trees, and he told her $1,800. I lent her the $1,800 to trim the trees.
Okay. You seem pretty broken up by it. I can see why you're suing your daughter-in-law who you had a great relationship with. But as you said, your income is how much?
$462 a month.
Really? Yeah, I'm surprised you were willing to.
Well, my husband used to give me $200 a week, like an allowance, and I saved it up.
You and me about the same. I get $750 from my wife. Nah.
Your wife is very generous.
Let's lighten it up a little. I know you're kind of broken up, but we're gonna be all right. I know she wouldn't let this totally ruin years of a great family relationship. How long ago did your husband's alcohol problem start?
I would say he's been maybe 10 years now, but
Is
it's
it severe?
progressively getting, yes.
You all can't get him treatment?
We've tried. He's been in the hospital over 20 times in the last year.
Hospital.
Defendant Sherry Bosley says her husband, who is the plaintiff's son, is an alcoholic. And as a result, he's been hospitalized over 20 times in the past year for liver failure.
Tell me about it.
Well, my husband, like I said, has been really sick, and he's been unable to work. So it's just me working, trying to support our 6-year-old son, and we have 2 3-year-old twins, all boys. He's been in and out of the hospital probably the last year. It's been 20 times. I'm not exaggerating.
20?
And all while this is going on, I'm still trying to keep a somewhat normal home life for our children. And I have stressed to him, his mother has stressed to him, his sister, his father, everyone. I've been with him since I was 16 years old. We grew up together. I have all the holidays at my house. I tried really hard, like we all tried to stick together, and then something changed. He was getting sicker, and he decided, we had everything lined up. He was going to get treatment, and then he said he wasn't going to do it. Within days, he was drinking again. I had watched the detox from alcohol is very severe, and
Really?
yes, it's really bad. You have to be in the
I heard it
hospital.
was worse than heroin.
It's awful.
Yeah, which is
And I got to actually witness what his body was going through. And while I was preparing a birthday party for the twins, my mother-in-law came up and she suggested that I try to put him into an outpatient treatment. And I said, he just came home. He doesn't want to get help. You cannot make someone get help. And she said at that point that I had given up on her son. And I'm going to be completely honest, it hurt me. And I felt like I had to defend myself because I have spent the last 10 years of our marriage trying to help him. So I feel that she at that point felt disrespected by me. And then it had just been a warpath ever since. Now, prior that year, the wash machine and the cat surgery with the wash machine, she said she had to step up because her son certainly was not. That was a gift. And with my cat, he's a family pet, and he was going to die. She calls, she's a cat lover. She calls, she says, how's the cat doing? And I said, they want to do another procedure. I don't have the money to do it. I think I'm going to have to put him down. He's too good of a cat to put down. Just let me give you the money. And now, since she feels that I've given up on her son, this is the second lawsuit that she's filed against me.
When was the first one?
In July of last year.
For what?
$5,000 for in vitro. For her twin grandsons that I have.
When did you have that procedure?
I had that procedure done in 2015.
Okay. And when did she first ask for repayment?
Well, we were doing it through trade. I was doing her hair, and she was shaving down the loan. And what had happened was she filed a judgment, and in her judgment paperwork, she said, I made no attempt to pay the money back, which was a lie because I was doing her hair. I've been writing her a check every month since I was, ordered to pay this judgment back. And I have all the proof here.
So did she tell you that while you had the hot comb in your hair? All right.
Things are just spiraling further out of control with my husband. He's not getting better. I mean, the ambulances are coming. We're picking him up off the floor. It is, when I say horrendous, it's horrendous. I wouldn't wish this disease on my worst enemy.
Yeah, if he doesn't stop soon, he's not going to make it.
And he's 42 years old.
All right. Well, God bless you. Good luck to you. When did she say she would repay you, ma'am?
Well, it started out, like she says she doesn't have the money, working on my hair, but when I needed my hair done, I was going to have to wait. And I was paying what anybody else was paying off the streets. That's how it was supposed to be. Well, then she stopped paying me, so I did take her to small claims court. She was ordered to pay me. The first check was $90, and then she started sending me a check, $25 a month. Well, 3 months ago, they stopped coming. And I just don't feel like I'm going to get my money now.
And
like I said, I don't make that kind of money.
She says it was a gift. So what I need to know is when was she to repay the February of 18 debts?
I thought it was a continuation of just keep doing my hair till she paid the bill off.
She had already stopped doing your hair, you said.
18 months ago.
And she never resumed, and she ever...
And then she stopped sending the $25 checks 3 months ago.
When was it? 3 months ago?
3 months ago.
Defendant Sherry Bosley says her husband, who is the plaintiff's son, is an alcoholic. And as a result, he's been hospitalized over 20 times in the past year for liver failure.
Were you sending a $25 check?
I have proof of all the checks that I've given her, and in fact, it was $50 a month, and I didn't stop. I have copies of every one of them with her endorsement on here. The problem is that my mother-in-law will lie, and that's the part that hurts the most.
Well, ma'am, you all try to get along,
So she filed a garnishment against me when I can't even pay my bills, and it came out of our 7-year-old, my 6-year-old son's
and the money,
savings
the
account.
$50 you've been paying is also toward the February of 18 debts?
She went to the bank and
Ma'am?
withdrew that money.
Ma'am, you're about to blow your case. I was talking to her. My question was, in the $50 a month, was that toward the February 18 as well?
No, sir.
You weren't paying anything on this?
No, because she told me she had to step up because her son certainly was not.
See, whatever you're saying, you probably gave her the opportunity to tell me that, because she said she was paying, and you don't pay on a gift.
Thank you.
But once you interfered, I don't know, she got her story together now. When I went back to her after you, ain't no thank you. While I was about to go back and forth and catch her in something, you interrupted and gave her the chance to figure out what to say, and she said it, and I don't know whether she's telling the truth or you are. Parents go into debt for their children.
Your Honor.
What, ma'am?
We
I'm
both
sorry.
went
Yes.
behind our husbands' backs.
Pardon me?
We both went behind our husbands' backs. My son didn't want any more children. She wanted a little girl.
No, we're not talking about that, ma'am. See, that's
Oh,
why
but
you
I'm saying
keep.
with-
That's
okay,
why I'm
I'm
going to
sorry.
have to conclude it was a gift. Only loan you continue to talk about was the in vitro. That's all you've talked about in terms of repayment. And so I'm going to have to dismiss your claim, because I believe the money in 2018 for your son was a gift. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We would just like peace now and to let things go and move forward from here.
I've wanted peace for over 18 months. I haven't been allowed around my 7 grandchildren. The whole side of that family has turned against me since I was there for my son. And all of us want peace, but it just doesn't seem to happen.
I just want to be able to raise the kids in peace and not get sued by my mother-in-law anymore for money that she gifted me to help me out.
True.